This is ASS Breaking News.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am ASS News correspondent Brock Jurgensen, and I am sitting down with the director of the Islamic Center for Disease Control, Dr. Antouni Foushi. Dr. Foushi, thank you so much for joining us.
Marhaba. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Kareem to everybody.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Ramadan Mubarak to you too. First of all, Dr. Foushi, would you say it is halal or haram to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
First of all, it depends on the vaccine you're talking about. If you're talking about Pfizer, you're talking about Moderna, Johnson 1, these are all halal. These are all permissible to take.
But you said Johnson. What? It's not the Johnson vaccine. It's Johnson & Johnson.
No. Johnson number 1 is halal. Johnson number 2 is haram.
Why is that?
Johnson number 2 is a Jew.
Sir, but how could you? Why is that haram though?
Because you know that the Jew vaccine has pork in it specifically for Muslims. It's haram. You should not take it. No.
Okay.
Why do you think they stopped it right now?
How do I think they stopped it?
Why do you think they stopped it right now?
Because of the second Johnson?
Yes. The blood clots are because of the second Johnson.
Is it the man that shall not be named? Is it Seth Mandel? Is he up to it again?
Astaghfirullah. Please do not say his name in Ramadan.
I apologize, Dr. Fauci. Why should we not say his name?
Because Seth Mandel is the most haram. And I should not break my fast.
Just saying his name breaks your fast?
Astaghfirullah. Yes.
All right. Well, we'll move on because I know it's a sensitive subject. But, sir, if you get the vaccine, is it then halal to go to the bars and have a drink with your fellow Habibis?
After iftar, yes. And if you're saying drink, you're talking about milk, no alcohol, right? It's haram to drink alcohol during Ramadan.
Before or after you drink your fast?
Well, you don't drink your fast, but you take the vaccine. And after iftar, you still cannot drink alcohol. You can eat ass after iftar, after you take vaccine. That's halal. Drink alcohol is haram. You're not allowed.
Sir, I feel like you're contradicting yourself here. What exactly are you allowed to do again?
It's very easy. When you're vaccinated, you can wear your mask and eat ass indoors, but you cannot drink alcohol. You can drink milk
indoors
with no alcohol. Milk outdoors, eat ass with a mask indoors, and no alcohol indoors or outdoors. This is very easy. Just follow the science.
So, all right. I'm having some difficulty following your logic here, sir. So you logic?
No, this is science.
Okay, all right, that's fair. Let's follow the science on this one. So you can drink milk, eat ass with a mask on, indoors, but no alcohol. Yes.
No, you cannot drink milk indoors. You can drink milk outdoors while vaccinating, but you can eat ass in a mask indoors. No alcohol indoors or outdoors. This is very easy.
Okay. All right. I think I follow you. How do you, regardless of whether you get the vaccine, is it halal for men and women to be in the same room as each other?
The only time you're allowed to be in the same room with a woman is if that woman is Dan's mom. Any other woman is halal.
What? Even your own family?
Especially your own family.
Okay. All right.
But if you're vaccinated indoors, it's Dan's mom only.
And are you allowed to drink milk and eat ass with a mask on with Dan's mom indoors?
the milk has to be drank on her breast outdoors, but you can eat ass in a mask indoors with Dan's mom.
Okay. All right. I think that clears things up. So finally, Dr. Fauci, where does the Islamic Center for Disease Control stand on unity?
Unity?
Yes, I'm talking unity for you and me.
I got the vaccine, you got the vaccine, they got the vaccine, we got the vaccine. We can get back to normal, let me inform you, let's all get the vaccine. It's about community immunity. I'm talking unity for you and me.
Habibis, welcome to another episode of Habibi Power Hour. Let's go.
Eating and drinking indoors in restaurants and bars, is that okay now?
No, it's still not okay.
All of the recent incidents that have ignited a BLM and social justice firestorm, from Michael Brown to Alton Sterling to Freddie Gray to George Floyd, could have been prevented if the suspect would have complied with the officer.
All right, so tell me what you think about what's going on.
What I think about this is all the press and all the extra shit y'all do makes this worse.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
And we're the Habibi Bros. And joining us right now for Habibi Power Hour is Ryan Gordusky. Ryan, how you doing?
Live and in person.
Yeah, I know. Thanks for
some shitty lighting.
I know.
Fucking orange.
did you not want it to be
like
orange?
I mean something else over here. Well,
why do I still have it in bubble? I gotta change this. There we go. Man, you're sitting way too close to me.
Shut up, sir.
It's past iftar.
It's past
right
iftar. Yeah.
Ryan will be playing the part of Dan's mom.
There we go.
Indoors. Just put a mask on. That's right.
I don't know who this Dan character
is. He's one of our trusted Habibis who we never stop making fun of.
Gotcha.
So
this is the kind of like business loyalty, corporate loyalty you've created with your fans.
Basically,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So Habibis, welcome. First of all, before we talk about some of the issues of the week and before I introduce Ryan, which I was supposed to do after this, Ryan, get the fuck out of here.
That's why I was like, why am I moving? So I actually was trying to follow directions, but you wrote me.
I didn't write you anything.
You sent me a fucking email.
That's not real.
That is real. And Cameron said to you, by the way, Jay, follow the actual workout program and eat your damn vegetables. I don't know. I had to sit there and say that because I have a message for you. Ernie is very upset right now because the Jew to non-Jew ratio in this house is all fucked up, and he's very upset.
He was the only one.
We got a live audience here.
Yeah.
Ryan brought his crew. I brought Ernie. Here he is. Since Ernie missed the entire episode last week, he's going to join us for the entire thing. Don't give him that. Anyway, so before we get into it, first of all, today is my Bubba's 70th birthday, and I know I put out a tweet about it, but I pulled some basically every dunk that he's had on me since he joined Twitter, and we're gonna start off here with when he first joined and how he bodied me, basically in the very beginning
from the get-go.
From the get-go, really within the first hour of him joining. I tweeted, my dad just joined Twitter, which means I'll be deleting my account once and for all. And it's been swell, you guys. And then I don't remember who tweeted this because their account got suspended or banned. But they said, I found that if you start posting news, any family members on Twitter will leave you alone on all social media, but maybe that's just me. And then my dad responded, I changed his diapers. Nothing will surprise me. That's numero uno.
He's talking about the micro penis.
Yeah. And how that actually didn't change at all. Next up, we got this dunk right here. After the New York Times anonymous reveal Who was that again? Was that Miles
Taylor?
Miles Taylor, that's right. Miles Taylor ended up being the anonymous author behind that New York Times op-ed, working in the Trump administration. He was a former DHS employee or official. And I tweeted out the New York Times anonymous reveal, almost as big a disappointment as I am to my parents. And my dad responded, expectations were never high, so don't beat yourself up.
That's a great one.
That's a good one.
That's a really strong one.
Then next up, we have basically Prison Mitch tweeting out a meme of Brokeback Habibi, basically Jay and I with his mustache.
With our porn stash.
Look at that porn stash. So I wish I knew how to quit Habibi Power Hour. And I quote tweeted saying these memes keep getting better and better. And then my dad responding saying, not ready to quit him, saying, I guess me insinuating that you and I are in a homosexual relationship, Jay. And then finally,
does he believe that?
I don't know.
Probably 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
Probably studying himself in case it is true, but he's like not to be too shocked.
Yeah, and then back, I think in the immediate fallout of the unrest, I tweeted how I was going to go on Fox News at 2 a.m. And then my dad responding, it's the right time for Qiyam, which is a prayer that nobody prays except for probably him. And then when, the whole Andrew Cuomo, Chris Cuomo back and forth was happening, and they constantly were dunking on each other. Back in March of last year, I tweeted, really hoping me and my brother Ruzzy can do this one day, with him obviously being the unfunny one. I'll cut his mic in the middle of the interview and tell the world that I'm mom and dad's favorite. And then my dad responded saying, Siraj and Ruzzy, hate to break it to you both, third and fourth child are ahead of both of you. And then finally,
which is totally true. That's not even a joke. He just was like, here's a fact.
Yeah. So remember the Peloton commercial? I was actually getting a lot of hate mail from that.
I remember.
Yeah. And this is one of those bits of hate mail.
We were on McLaughlin group and they said, any final thoughts? And he was talking about his Peloton hate. And I was like, they mean national news, Siraj, not your Peloton. Jesus fucking Christ.
So I get this email from Boudier Design saying, Siraj, before you start bad-mouthing a simple exercise bike commercial, you might want to take a long look at your home country and the treatment of women there. You get upset because the husband buys his wife an exercise bike for Christmas. Did it ever occur to you that the wife wanted one? Husband must be a total a-hole and abuser, right? Where's your outrage on Twitter about the horrible and cruel treatment of women in Pakistan? Funny how I never see that. And then,
well, ironically, Siraj's home country is Connecticut, and they treat women worse than they treat them in Pakistan.
To which my dad responds, Dear Boudier Design, I can testify that Siraj was born in Hartford, Connecticut, not only born, but conceived there too. I know.
It was in the back of an Arby's.
He says, I know I was there. Your assertion is so low that it demands mockery to be made of your handle. Boudier Design shouldn't have been 2 T's.
I don't get that part.
He was going to put
Boudier. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because
he's too much of a class act.
It's too much of a class act.
Yeah,
it's too classy. He would never.
My dad, I'm like, fuck you, asshole. Like,
so cheers to you, Bubba. Happy 70th birthday.
70th birthday.
Yeah. Ryan, any possibility you could tilt the camera? Just no, maybe.
Better.
Look
at that.
Magic. He needed.
Man.
They just
Who
need
knew
to
that?
touch.
Who knew you had
Is anyone watching this shit right now? Are we recording this?
Yes, we're actually
live
right now. We have over 100 Habibis watching this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess there's a lot of lonely people. Anyway, go ahead. What was the next thing? That email that you swore you didn't send to me. We can look at the time. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go right now. Okay. So obviously this is the first week of Ramadan, and let's see. So Ryan, you actually were on the toilet for all of Easter.
I missed all of Easter. Yeah, I got sick with the stomach flu. I was on the toilet legit all of Easter. I was regular for the first time.
You literally shat everything you ate.
It was because I am chronically backed up, and Siraj can testify because he's chronically it's like he could shit through a keyhole, which is water basically. So it was like we flipped places on Easter.
Yeah,
it was good.
So
I missed all of Easter. I didn't get to experience it.
So Jay, what do you have to say to Ryan about his chronic constipation?
I have chronic constipation.
You got to stop being full of shit.
That's actually legit.
That's actually a good critique.
That's actually a good critique. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
I'd say that's deserved.
You know what? I'm not even gonna hate on that one because very accurate and fair. And topic. So there you go. Yeah,
but fair.
But yes, I miss Easter. I didn't experience Easter, but you had Passover here.
We did. Yeah,
how was that?
It was good. I feel like I actually don't remember Passover last year because I feel like we didn't even change up the routine.
They locked you in the cage and they threw pennies at the Muslim, and that was how
Had just one cloth.
Yeah. Well, Jay is celebrating Ramadan by what?
Drinking bourbon and eating Dan's mom's ass.
Jay, what is your typical Ramadan routine?
So it used to be when I was a practicing Muslim that I would fast throughout the whole month of Ramadan, and luckily when I was living overseas, they actually stopped school and work between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. so you could go home and take a nap before iftar.
Where overseas is this?
What was it?
The UAE.
Yeah, Dubai.
They do this in a lot of countries.
Emirates. Yeah, they do it in the Emirates.
They never did
Jordan,
it in Pakistan, though.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia. They don't do it in Pakistan.
They don't have clocks in Pakistan, so they don't actually know what time it is. So
the only clocks they do have in Pakistan are the ones they built in schools.
But second graders. So let's see. Fuzzy says, Siraj, can you and Ryan scoot a little closer together, asking for the jihad meme factor? Yes. All right, there you go. They're definitely gonna. Yeah, they're gonna. It's gonna.
I'm so glad I worked all my life to be professional and be this shit, and have my entire life ended because I'm sitting. You have a nice cologne on though.
I'm not wearing cologne.
What is that then?
I think it might be either Ernie or I shat myself. One of those two. I have very delicious smelling poops. Anyways, so speaking of us getting real close and violating basically all social distancing measures, we were talking about, we were doing this opening, this cold open on making fun of Anthony Fauci and how he's basically backtracked on every single bit of information. And a lot of it spurs from this interview that he did with Mehdi Hassan.
Eating and drinking indoors in restaurants and bars, is that okay now?
No, it's still not okay for the simple reason that the level of infection, the dynamics of infection in the community are still really disturbingly high. Like just yesterday, there were close to 80,000 new infections, and we've been hanging around 60, 70, 75,000. So if you're not vaccinated, please get vaccinated as soon as vaccine becomes available to you. And if you are vaccinated, please remember that you still have to be careful and not get involved in crowded situations, particularly indoors where people are not wearing masks.
So Jay,
I just hear. Do you know who John Brown is?
John Brown?
Yeah. Do you know him?
Reporter?
Yeah.
I think so.
John does an impression of Fauci that is so spot on that all I hear is actually John Brown's impression of Fauci. You have to have him.
All right.
Just to do an impression.
Just to do an impression of Fauci.
His impressions, because what are the chances that Fauci's like into some weird sex stuff? I mean, pretty high, right? I mean, it's got to be close to 75%. So the whole time I hear him say enclosed spaces, I think of all his work during the AIDS pandemic and him like at glory holes and saying, was he wearing a mask? I'm just saying, that's what I thought about.
No, that's really funny because all I was thinking about, is if we're in closed spaces and having an orgy, if we're wearing a mask, is that still okay?
I guess so. I mean, that's what
probably what it is.
If you're gonna have sex in a glory hole with 5 people or more, please wear a mask. Like, I mean,
is Fauci as big a freak as you, Jay? Do you think?
Oh, more.
You think
he's wearing nipple clamps for that interview?
Fauci's wearing nipple clamps.
100%, no question.
Jay, are you wearing nipple clamps right now?
No, but I have something on my balls.
He's got clothespins on his balls right now as we speak.
That's how he gets. That's his birth
He's
control.
drying.
That's his birth control.
He's drying his socks from his balls right now as we speak. Yeah.
So,
his birth control.
Yeah,
this show is so fucked up. I don't know why I agreed to it.
Ask me the
It's so you can
do. I have nothing to do too.
It's because you're so full of shit, Ryan, that you can come on this show and just spew some shit.
The fuck up. And no one asked for your opinion.
That's exactly why you're on here.
So, Jay, to get serious for a moment, because Fauci going on MSNBC and basically saying you still can't go inside and eat or drink indoors, even if you're vaccinated. I mean, why even get the fucking vaccine at this point?
Did you get the vaccine?
I'm asking Jay, bitch.
Did you get one?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I have to get mine. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
put a mask on. Put a condom on too. I don't want to get your rampant STDs. That's for later.
I'm hoping to get
it. Jay, I mean, why even get the vaccine if we can't go inside and like eat and drink and hang out with people?
There's almost no point to it. I don't think there has been a better voice for anti-vaxxers than Fauci has been during this whole thing. And the same thing with the CDC too. I mean, the one thing that people should be doing is taking the vaccine, taking the mask off, and then showcasing themselves with no masks on in a group settings or indoors. I think the whole messaging around with this administration, I mean, the other day you saw Biden at the cemetery alone with nobody around him outdoors wearing a fucking mask. It's just stupid as shit. I think it's weak as fuck.
Yeah, what was there was like a tweet from Kamala Harris showing her on an airplane by herself saying wearing a mask, saying brighter days are ahead. Let's see, where is it? VP.
And it's really funny because she's not going to the fucking border. And she also contradicts Biden by saying that no, she's not in charge of the border, even though Biden said that she was appointing her.
This is it. Yeah, that's it.
This is it. Here we go. Why can't I get it going? There we go. Brighter days are ahead, and she's looking out, and then I think it was like
the plane crashed.
Oh, God.
And we didn't do it.
And they could have blamed on Arab.
For the first time we could have blamed on Muslims.
There's a mass shooting and everyone's praying like Muslim or white guy, Muslim or white guy, Muslim or white guy. It's like a flip of a coin.
I mean, and then when it was in Boulder, they're like, it landed on basically the edge. Muslim white guy.
Try it, flip again.
God damn it.
Better luck next time.
But actually,
they're changing that narrative.
Jen Psaki just the other day a really good question about this.
For the first time ever, Goodfellas and Nutty.
This is the question.
Follow up on Brittany's question about vaccines. Do you think that the White House has had any part in this, in having a sort of maybe pessimistic message towards some Americans who are skeptical of this administration, who for partisan reasons or otherwise, to see vaccinated people in the cabinet or the president continuing to wear masks around each other, or hearing that things won't be back to normal as the vaccine continues to be distributed? Do you think that is having a negative effect at all?
On people, make sure I understand your question. On people not taking the vaccine?
Yeah, people who are skeptical of the vaccine and who don't trust the Biden administration.
Well, look, I think, one, we recognize we're not always the best messengers. That's why we're working with these local organizations and groups, because we certainly know that President Biden and Vice President Harris may not be the right voices in a range of communities across the country. Two, we believe that part of our objective is to model public health guidelines, and that means continuing to wear masks, continuing to hand wash, social distance, because there is still ongoing research on what is most effective and how to prevent distribution and the pandemic traveling further. So I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. Maybe.
How do you strike that balance between being a model of the public health guidelines and also not contributing to this sense of hopelessness, perhaps, among people who are skeptical of the vaccine and maybe feel like getting it would not make a difference in their lives anyway?
Sure. Yeah, I think a big part of what we're trying to do is provide accurate information about what getting a vaccine will enable the American people to do. Hence, the president gave a primetime address where he said, when the vaccine's accessible to you and you get it, we can work towards having backyard barbecues. We've also had a number of officials out there to convey, and we've had, obviously, the CDC has put out guidance that says if you're vaccinated, if your neighbors are vaccinated, you can have dinner inside together. It's a pandemic. We don't think it's easy. We know it's difficult. It's required a lot of sacrifice. But at the same time, we're trying to provide accurate public health-based guidance on what people can do once they have taken the vaccine.
All right, shout out to Newsbusters for getting that. I didn't realize the tag was on it.
I know.
Well, you just got some. You got a little bit of a plug there.
Maybe you have a sponsor.
Yeah, I got that from Curtis Hawk.
Curtis is great.
Yeah, I got good.
He watches us.
I know he watches us. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Curtis. So all this is happening.
First white guy named Curtis ever.
What?
There's no white people named Curtis.
Oh, come on.
There's no white people named Curtis.
Yeah, there were totally white people named Curtis.
If you are named Curtis, you have a criminal record at birth. There's no white people named Curtis.
God.
Kurt Schilling. His name's not Curtis. It's Kurt.
It's short for Curtis.
Oh, that's horseshit. No, it's with a K.
Well, no, it's Curtis. With a C, you bitch.
Curtis
Stone. Shitty picture.
Wow.
Curtis Laser. Curtis Stone. Curtis Laser.
Who's Curtis Laser?
Is he
a Canadian hockey player?
Are you sure? And not a hentai star?
No, that's in my other.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So, Jay, I don't care if you got the vaccine. Who gives a shit if you got the vaccine? But basically, everyone who's now scheduled to get the vaccine has basically hit a brick wall because the CDC paused the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. There's going to be one shot only. And I don't know why M&M's lose yourself. But if you had to,
every team boy in prom night, one shot and one shot.
Yeah. If you had one shot, one chance, let it slip.
Did you take it?
Would you capture it? So basically, the Biden administration is losing itself in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
You couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't help myself. Fuck me, right? Because six people out of like 7.4 million doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine developed blood clots in their legs. And they were like, hold the phone. We can't have this fucking thing happen. And they're like, this has to be from the vaccine. It can't be from the fact that, these people are old or they're obese.
I smoked many years of my life. I never developed blood clots, so cigarettes are healthy. It's the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Get yourself some Johnson & Johnson.
Pick up smoking. Don't take the vaccine.
What you said? Don't take the vaccine?
No, I said pick up smoking. Don't take the vaccine.
One time in New York, a guy yelled at me for not wearing a mask outside. He goes, wear a fucking mask. And then he lit up a cigarette. And I was like, sir, I want to be like you when I grow up. Like, just angry at nothing.
That's New York for you. So, Jay, when you see this news about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, obviously, the Trump administration wasn't around long enough to really see all of this through, but there's no way for the Biden administration to blame this on Trump, can they? I mean, they'll find a way.
They will, and they'll get away with it, as they've been blaming everything else on Trump that's been going wrong with them.
Jay, what do you blame on Trump?
What do I blame on Trump?
Yeah, like your low testosterone. What things do you blame on Trump?
The lack of ass in
I
the
don't-
state.
anything- the lack of Dan's mom in my ass. But no, I don't.
Do you have a
nothing.
picture of his mom?
Who?
Nothing. Dan's mom.
No, I've never seen one.
Yeah. If you want, I'll send it to you right now.
A middle-aged, like 65-year-old woman
No,
next to
I
her.
wouldn't.
Like, what random picture of a middle-aged woman?
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing right now that I'm blaming on Trump. I mean, what is there that you can blame on Trump that's happening? The border,
the fact
vaccine
that we're
rollout that
pulling
it's
out
been,
of Afghanistan.
the thing is, we were supposed to pull out of Afghanistan.
Did you see
like
that Biden
33 years ago,
Obama
so
tweet
we
saying-
wouldn't have had you.
Did you hear that Obama tweet where he said Vice President Biden said we'll take pull out Afghanistan by 2014? You know?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah, we'll get it.
2012.
We'll talk about that more.
They wanted to get out by 2012. Was it 2012 or 2014?
2014.
Yeah. Man,
that was
we're year
absolutely
7 of the pull out.
Slowest
Right.
pull out.
Like you were an old man with Viagra, you pull out faster than we got out of Afghanistan.
You break your hip, but you pull out fast.
Worst part of having sex with an old person is screaming in the ear that's deaf. So I mean, don't say you're coming in that ear. Everything's a surprise.
Yeah. But I feel like the Biden administration has just done a great job between Fauci and this whole Johnson & Johnson pause by the CDC and FDA to just make everyone doubt the efficacy of the vaccine, even more so than Trump, because you have people like then vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris saying that she wouldn't take the vaccine under Trump, but she would basically under a Biden presidency.
That's when she was calling him a rapist too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
also,
when she was calling Biden a rapist.
oh yeah, that's right.
And he was pushing for it. He was saying we're going to get the best vaccine out. It's going to be out within a year. Like you're going to be able to get the vaccine. It's going to be the best vaccine you've ever seen in your life. This vaccine is going to give you fucking gold. It's the best vaccine, the bestest of the best.
It's gonna make your dick rock hard.
Hell yeah, all 2 inches of it.
You sound like
All 2 inches.
You sound like Trump lovers. The best vaccine.
Yeah, that's what he's going for.
Yeah, no, it's true. No, it's true. 100%.
But
and they were
essentially,
dunking on him.
said 100%.
completely, essentially, you got to
gotta
drink
drink.
too, Ryan.
Oh,
every time someone says 100% or essentially,
You got to
why
drink.
those 2 words?
because Jay says 100% all the time, and I say essentially all the time.
Okay.
So every time someone or very early on, one of the Habibis found that.
What do I say all the time?
Fuck.
Retard.
I'm full of shit.
You say I'm Ryan Gerdusky and I can't shit.
If
with a
you're-
gun
if
pointed
you're-
to my head.
If you're born before like 1995, you should be allowed to say the word retard. We should be grandfathered in.
You think so?
100%.
I haven't said it since like 2000.
Essentially,
I say it like
100%.
literally all the time.
Delicioso. So
you were
and
saying
you
that
have
all the time in my Twitch stream too, and I'm surprised that nobody that didn't get it
Because it's
taken
a
down
perfect word. No one's offended by the word retard. Like no one. I would never call a handicapped person a retard because that's mean. But retard could be a good thing. Retarded could be a bad thing. It could be a noun. It could be a verb. It could be an adjective. It's a perfect word. Why strip it from the language?
And
either.
we're
If you
immediately
who haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now before we get
subscribe now before we get canceled. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Habibis.
What's the point in subscribing? We're getting shut down anyways. It's basically what's happening right now. I almost feel like not covering any of the other topics.
Because there's like no point.
No, we're not doing it. So Ryan, you can't shit, right? Let's just focus the next hour on that. Oh God. Anyways, let's just move on to the next story. Everything is basically, I feel like this is becoming an semi-annual to an annual thing in Minnesota because now we have another another shooting death by a police officer of an unarmed black man. In this case of Daunte Wright. basically, what's her name? Kim Potter, who was a 26-year veteran, not 26 years old, shot and killed a 20-year-old Daunte Wright at a traffic stop. She's been arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter. And if you watch the video, and she says she was reaching for her taser. She yelled taser, and then she pulled out her gun and shot him once, killing him.
Have you ever held a handgun?
I have, yeah.
And have you held a taser?
I've never held a taser.
Tasers are a lot lighter than handguns aren't heavy.
So much lighter.
It's a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's very, very hard to. Well, maybe in the heat of the moment, and she was trying to take the guy out.
I mean, if she can't tell the weight difference in her hand, it doesn't speak well for her husband's penis.
And it's like a shut down again.
It's like a ball sack to cock ratio. You don't know what the difference is.
Right. So basically, the former now.
Are you canceled now?
Dude, we've been canceled for like 69 minutes.
Oh.
we started only half hour ago.
Right.
Basically, the former now resigned police chief, what was his name? Tim Gannon, said that she attempted to take out her taser but took out her gun instead. The gun is on her right side of her belt, and the taser's on her left.
Siraj, she's a lady. She doesn't know her right from her left.
Do you think she parallel parks
Ladies
the
don't
fucking
know.
police car?
She's a lady cop.
26-year veteran.
Yes, a parking ticket. I mean, what is she? I mean,
you buying that?
Should women be cops?
Look. My mom's been driving. My mom's been driving for 56 years, and she still gets out and asks me to parallel park the car.
Who?
My mom.
Can we vouch for that? Is Mary watching right now?
And she still gets out of the car to let me parallel park it. All right, you guys are all really just waiting for my mom to comment right now.
Everyone hates me.
She's probably
everyone hates me.
Everyone's like, why is Ryan back? Who invited that fat Jew on? So I'm just waiting to.
This is the Habibi Bros, not the
Maybe there should be a ratio of lady cops. So if they have a certain level of mommy milkers,
oh my god.
Because it's a lot of weight to carry.
Which part?
The mommy milk.
Mommy milkers.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Sean Davis actually tweeted that or not. Mommy milky. God, this. Oh man.
Hey, listen. If she gets out of prison, makes an OnlyFans called MILF Cops. I mean, wouldn't you subscribe?
Dude,
she'd be a millionaire.
Dude, she resigned purely for the point that it would be easier for her to get a job down the road.
Oh yeah, she do MILF.
No, but no. The problem was her resigning is what was able for her to be charged. She shouldn't. She resigned. Well, yeah.
What if she was fired instead?
She still wouldn't have. I honestly believe the police unions and stuff like that would have really protected her and helped her fight that kind of case. But if she resigned and she's not a cop anymore, she's not going to have that behind her. And I think she should get charged. I think she should get charged for wrongful death. Absolutely.
She was charged with second degree. What was it, manslaughter? And then Chris Kiyomo comes out here and says I think he started questioning whether it was actually.
Yeah, if it was right or not, second degree murder. Is this a counter? It's Kiyomo. It's always been Kiyomo.
Because
I fucking said so. And it's Kiyomo.
It just.
Yeah, no, he said second degree wasn't enough.
Yeah, except
he said, "Is this accountability?"
He said second degree, probably lowest homicide charge available. Is this accountability? Weren't the cops charged in the George Floyd killing, Derek Chauvin? Weren't they charged with second degree manslaughter? Or did they move it up?
No, I think it was second degree murder.
That's the lowest that you can go as a cop, right?
Well, but also the thing is that is accountable for her, especially because it was an accident. So he's just.
But isn't the manslaughter laws in Minnesota different than the rest of the
This
country?
is what it says in Minnesota. Second-degree manslaughter applies when authorities allege a person causes someone's death by culpable negligence, whereby the person creates an unreasonable risk and consciously takes chances of causing death or great bodily harm to another.
But he drove off after he was shot, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
How far did he drive?
I don't know, like a quarter of a mile.
Oh, that's it?
You want to test it out?
All of a sudden, we're basically louder with crowd. Yeah, that was some fucked up shit he did.
I didn't see it because it's not funny.
Oh, the George.
No, I mean he's not funny anyways.
No, he's not. He's like the most painfully unfunny white man in America who tries to be funny.
Yeah, he's such cringe.
I don't understand how Crowder gets the type of following he does. The guy makes zero sense.
No, and he makes a killing, and he makes a ton of has a huge audience, and he's so painfully not funny. Actually, when I worked, this is a good story about Steven Crowder. When I worked for somebody who will not be named, they were doing a speaking event with Crowder, and Crowder was like, "You need to speak to my assistant. You need to speak to my booker, my manager, all this." Like he had like an entourage, and it was just his dad. Like they were all just his dad. But he made him do loops. It was like college because they've been calling these numbers, but it's just his dad who picked every one of the numbers. It was amazing.
That is fucking hilarious.
Oh, man.
And he's still not fucking funny from all the
Yeah.
No, he's not. He
isn't.
isn't.
For those who are what?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say with Pedham.
Sometimes he growls. He doesn't like me as a whole, though.
No one likes you, right?
No one likes
everyone
you.
in the chat hates you.
Oh, they're all shitting on me now.
All the Habibis.
It's great. I love it. I love every
I watch this. I fucking care about your opinions. I don't care.
You said artistic or autistic? Anyways, so Steven Crowder tried to he did like a stunt with,
I heard that he was in trouble, but I didn't know what he did.
He did a stunt where he had like a cop or some producer kneel on his neck.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
But
it was on his neck.
Yeah, it was like he didn't even do it at the right angle.
It was like a chiropractor,
and also
his back.
And also all of his weight was on his back foot and not on his knee, like what happened with Derek. I mean, the knee was squarely on the fucking neck, and the whole weight was on it as well. And then Steven Crowder's thing, where he was just laying on, sitting on the guy's back. It was such a bad video. It was so bad.
It's so distasteful.
Because this is a classy program.
Yes, this is a show where we shoot each other. And then
how far you can drive, bitch. Did he really die? I don't think so.
So the whole thing with Daunte Wright, I think the charges are warranted. I don't understand people on the right who are saying this, actually Daunte Wright deserved this shit. Like, who the fuck is saying
Who said that?
I saw people like Tommy Laren.
Cardillo.
Tommy Laren.
No officer nor no suspect should have to lose their life due to suspect non-compliance or otherwise resisting arrest. All of the recent incidents that have ignited a BLM and social justice firestorm, from Michael Brown to Alton Sterling to Freddie Gray to George Floyd, could have been prevented if the suspect would have complied with the officer. Those are facts.
So all of a sudden we're going to be blaming.
No, it's not his. Okay, she clearly was in the wrong for shooting him.
Yeah,
110%. But he was resisting arrest. That doesn't mean that the officer was right for shooting him. It was an accidental shot, and she shouldn't have done that. But he was resisting arrest.
That's like the automatic go-to I've seen from people on the right, is that don't resist arrest. These are the same people who say fuck the government and we're not going to bow to you. And they're like, oh yes, please surrender to the nice.
I will
officer.
DM Tommy.
And there was
on Twitter. I'll say, Tommy Laren, open your show next week with fuck the police. So it's a consistent.
So it's consistent. It goes. But the thing is, also, you had that one guy who was in the hallway. I forget his name. It was one of the worst videos you could ever see He was totally compliant.
Arizona?
I didn't see.
Yeah,
that.
he raised.
It was a white guy. In Arizona.
Oh, that's the old one though. That
He
he
was
it's not
crying.
recent, right?
Wait, was there a recent?
No, it's not recent.
No,
But
it's
he's
not recent.
completely compliant.
Yeah.
But he's completely
Isn't it
compliant.
shocking no one knows?
Completely compliant. Completely compliant. Crying on the floor, crawling on the floor with his pants falling down, and he gets shot twice.
Isn't it ironic that we don't know his name, but if he was black, I bet you we would.
Well, yes.
And to quote Lucille Bluth from Arrested Development, I'd rather be dead in Orange County, California, than alive in Arizona. So
I think a lot of people would
100%.
Essentially.
Actually, rest in peace to Jessica Walter.
I know. She was so damn good in Arrested Development. It wasn't funny.
Man.
So
but there was also there are actually a couple other cases. So first of all,
His name was Daniel Shaver.
Daniel Shaver. Yes.
What happened? It was pepper sprayed.
Yeah. So there was an army medic, Karan Nazario, just outside of Norfolk, Virginia, back in December of last year. He was pulled over by a police officer.
It was Joe Gutierrez was a police officer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was terminated. And then I think there was another officer that was terminated. But basically, this is coming to light now because there's a lawsuit that was filed in the U.S. District Court in Norfolk, Virginia, by Lieutenant Nazario, who accused the officers of using excessive force and violating his constitutional rights. If you watch the video of him getting pulled over, he had his hands out. He was recording on his phone. He had like a dash cam recording the exchange. And the basically, the officer said, get out of the car. The Lieutenant Nazario said, I'm honestly afraid to get out of the car. And then Gutierrez responds, the officer says, yeah, you should be. Who the fuck says that?
That's like, I would just drive off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, fuck this.
That is
like,
the mark of a
I've
fucking
seen too many
psychopath.
horror movies.
That's the mark of a psychopath. I hope they get their best suit.
He got fired, though, didn't he?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he got fired, and hopefully the lieutenant gets a sizable check out of that shit.
Yeah. So I did see what's his name, Greg Kelly over at Newsmax tweet about how for some reason I don't understand how I've seen this time and time again, almost like going out of their way to try to defend the cop by saying that Nazario had a gun in his glove box or a gun.
Wasn't in the army?
Yeah, he's in the army.
Yeah, he's a lieutenant.
Well, wait, why was he pulled over though?
Because he just
new
got a
plates or
car
something,
and he didn't have a license plates on him. He was basically waiting on them.
Okay.
So they pulled him over for basically not.
And did the Gutierrez have a partner?
No, he was all alone. Yeah, he did. He did. The cop had a partner, and the partner.
I really don't know. I saw
was like a kid.
I don't know the story though.
Yeah,
if you watch the video, the partner was not all into it.
Daniel Crocker was the other police officer. I don't know what.
But the guy in Minnesota, he was not pulled. Here's what I have a problem with. The cop in Minnesota was clearly at fault for pulling out her gun instead of her taser.
Right.
But he wasn't pulled over for like an air freshener.
A traffic stop. No,
So
it was a warrant.
So actually, this is what's really wild about the whole thing is that he was on the phone with his mom during the traffic stop.
But he didn't have. But he wasn't. But here's my problem: but the left claimed he was pulled over for being black with an air freshener.
I haven't.
There was a warrant.
Congressman Nancy Mace tweeted, "I didn't know air fresheners were illegal in Minnesota because there was a whole narrative that was just because of an air freshener." But that's
no, it was a traffic stop. The narrative was that he was pulled over for a traffic stop. But he was actually pulled over because he had a warrant.
He had a warrant.
He had a warrant.
It was a warrant.
Yes, and it was all over domestic violence. I think against his girlfriend.
His girlfriend.
I have no idea.
She had it coming.
Oh God! Yeah.
Ryan, you're canceled. Get the fuck out of here.
Ryan has nothing to do with this show. Disclaimer: Ryan has nothing to do with the Habibi Bros.
I hate everyone and everything. Ryan, why did you convince me to do this? even Ernie's looking at me like, what the fuck did I just hear? Don't listen. So when it comes to the Ernie's really hot right now.
Yeah, he's panting.
Yeah, he's panting. He definitely doesn't like being in the same room as Urian.
No, he
Someone
doesn't.
had to say it.
He's holding himself from beating the shit out of him.
Yeah. In another development, the U.S. Capitol police officer that was there was a U.S. Capitol police officer not named. They've been cleared by the Department of Justice of any criminal wrongdoing for fatally shooting Air Force veteran Ashley Babbitt as she attempted to breach a set of doors deep in the Capitol building during the January siege. And that was basically
that was horrible.
Which part?
That was horrible. And the Capitol police officer did nothing wrong.
Yeah, I mean, like,
nothing wrong. The thing was in session.
I feel like here's the thing: could they have done something to stop her besides shooting her in the neck? Here's my question:
probably not. But the thing is,
in New York, if people are like being misbehaving, you usually get like what's those things?
If somebody's breaking into your home and coming to attack you, are you going to shoot them? Or are you going to try to restrain?
It's not the same thing though.
But it's exactly the same thing.
No,
they were in session. It really is because they were in session.
Here's my
these people that raged onto the Capitol were doing so with harmful intent.
But she wasn't
the doing so to go and take pictures.
She was not the first person inside the building.
She was just in the line of fire.
Right. Okay. My question is overall, like when cops in New York, and we have NYPD is the best cops in the country, in my opinion. They have the plastic things that they handcuff you with, the zip ties. Why did none of the Capitals have zip ties for these people? I mean, it's
because the people storming the Capitol had all of them. Right?
but like really, why did no one have zip ties?
It's because they were sold out at your local Walmart.
It just makes the whole entire thing the whole Capitol raid makes no sense. Literally the best tweet ever after that was Benny, whatever his name is from Utah, that kid Ben whatever from Utah. He tweeted Siraj is so mad right now. He's like, wait, we need planes to sit there and storm the Capitol.
Oh my god.
What is his name? Ben something or other. But it makes no sense. It just felt like there should have been something.
Oh, Ben McDonald.
Ben McDonald, hilarious.
They were completely outnumbered in comparison.
Not at first, though. Not at first. That's much later. At first, it was like 6 guys who kicked over.
There's really no defending any of the Capitol riots.
I'm not defending the rioters. I'm saying why weren't the police more prepared?
Because
I'm asking
they didn't have
question.
They were actually quite underprepared.
I'm not defending the rioters.
The thing is because they never.
Why weren't there zip ties? Why weren't there things ready? I'm not saying the guy in the horns is an American patriot. I'm saying I just want to know why there weren't things prepared.
Because they didn't.
Did they just not think it was possible that
I
was in
DC on January 6th, and there were 1 million cops.
He was on the perch of the Senate.
I was grabbing Pelosi's podium. I'm not just saying, "Give me a fucking gavel." No, I was there, and they had 1 million cops around the Capitol in the side streets. Like on G Street,
but no one around,
but none in the Capitol. So, like, was their philosophy like, oh, they're gonna come and break the Starbucks window, like their Antifa? Like, was that their thinking that they secure the pedestrians?
There's a part of me that believes that President Trump didn't anticipate any of this because he didn't think his people were capable of doing something.
So
like
I was at the speech before the rally, before the insurrection, and at the speech. Don Jr. was like, this is so great. We have on the right, we have peaceful protests. We don't riot. He said that right before. And right now,
for a freezing cold.
I know. Jesus Christ. Exactly. Yeah. But I left before Trump was done speaking, and I had front row seats. And when there's so many people in the same area, your phone can't get any signal. So as I was leaving, my phone got service that the Capitol had been stormed, but that was while Trump was still speaking.
So the
riots started before Trump was done speaking.
That they actually started breaching the gates.
Yeah, way before he was done speaking.
So here's the thing, and this is, I think, was pretty difficult to pin the actual insurrection on Trump.
It wasn't really an insurrection. Like an insurrection by definition is a little different.
Well, like, and this
it was the redneck story.
I call it a siege.
Yeah,
because I think that's probably a more appropriate.
I love how AOC made it about herself, though. That's like, I mean, those girls in school that can make anything about themselves. AOC was that girl.
That I mean, yeah.
The fact that she was
100%.
The fact that she was 2 blocks away and tweeted, "I'm okay." Like America was like, I hope AOC and her big naturals are doing fine right now.
But I remember. I mean, Jay, you remember that firestorm after this? Like, what? How many weeks after the siege? AOC went on her Instagram.
And
Live.
my first tweet was that this was a lie. That she was not in trouble whatsoever.
No, she
That
was.
was my first tweet,
and
it was my office. It was my first thing. Like, she had nothing to do with it. All of that kind of shit. And then everybody was like, "Oh, this is going to get you banned," and all this kind of stuff. And then 2 days later, it was like I called it because she wasn't even in the same fucking building.
And also,
she's a fake.
She was like petrified that a Capitol police officer was like gonna like sell her out to the mob. Like they were gonna be like, "She's right here." Like that's how she was talking. She's just like, this Capitol police officer is definitely gonna feed me to the wolves. Like,
and it was hilarious. It was hilarious because during that, all Capitol police officers were racist and part of this insurrection. They wanted to figure out who were the white supremacists within the Capitol Police that were allowing this to happen. And then 2 weeks later, you had the guy run into the with his car, the Nation of Islam guy, and then you had Nancy Pelosi come out and be like, "Oh, we are thankful. We are thankful for the Capitol Police officers and the risks that they take." When like fucking 3 months ago,
she'd be Kris Jenner. Like, she would find a way to make everything about herself, like pedal. Absolutely, and that's brilliant to a certain extent. 100%.
I mean,
because Katie Porter's office is no longer here, and she managed to run there to get an assistant's shoes.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Were you that girl in high school, Ryan?
I'm that girl right fucking now. This all show's about me. I mean, it's just the Ryan show now.
Yeah, this show was supposed to be about the first week of Ramadan. Here comes Ryan with his fucking crusades.
And his bad shitting habits.
Man, long live Constantinople. May we take it again soon.
Inshallah.
Okay, so the whole Ashley Babbitt thing, that has caused riots everywhere, obviously, right, Jay?
Nope.
Are they rioting in Orange County?
No, it's actually pretty peaceful over here.
Why not?
I went to Chick-fil-A. It was pretty good.
let's burn the Chick-fil-A. Actually, it's kind of interesting between it was like in the news for a day. This the guy ramming his car.
Have they ever burned a Chick-fil-A in a riot?
I don't know.
Probably not. I don't
know.
Why would they do that?
I've never seen.
Why would they do that?
I would like an investigation as to why a Chick-fil-A.
Wait, look. If you go look in Minnesota, was a Popeyes burnt down? Was a KFC burnt down?
This
was
is
a
an actually
burnt down?
It
wasn't. They weren't.
Burned
But
down
a Starbucks. Gets targeted.
That's the first domino.
First, we go after
Starbucks gets targeted.
Oh, also, like they always do like a Target or like
there's a
They write if you do hashtag.
Oh God, what are you gonna say?
Don't do it.
Hashtag BLM. Nike products are 100% free. So, like, I mean, that's
actually
right.
That was wild. The Black Lives Matter Twitter account, they tweeted out a link to Daunte Wright's GoFundMe.
Really?
And then there were a ton of replies saying how Black Lives Matter is stealing from Black people because of they had one of their leaders buy basically a $3 million home.
I saw that. That was wild.
Yes.
I'm in the wrong business.
No, really. We gotta be great.
I'm gonna be Black and be like, no, like give me money too.
I'd like to introduce everyone.
Just call me Ryan X, and like, I mean, that'd be great.
Introduce everyone to Curtis.
Curtis Dolezal. Curtis Dolezal.
The former Bachelor's gay.
Oh,
I don't even know who the Bachelor is.
Well, Ryan, now you finally have a shot.
I've never watched it.
Yeah, go for it.
I've never watched an episode of Bachelor.
So I was gonna find
That's
that
a
tweet,
lie.
but we're way past it. Okay, so let's move on. This whole Matt Gaetz thing. What the fuck's going on here? Have you been following this? Hey, have you been following this?
It's hilarious. He'll talk about black people being shot, getting the Capitol riots. He talk about Mike Gaetz. He's like, I don't know if I should watch this.
That's fucking the money up.
I don't know. We can go
We're gonna
find out
bring-
how far a black person could get shot, but Matt Gaetz.
No, I mean, yeah.
All right, so Matt Gaetz in late last month. We were going to cover this last week, but federal investigators are looking into whether Congressman Matt Gaetz, his relationships with young women, had violated any campaign finance laws, and whether he actually engaged or broke any sex trafficking laws. There's a lot to make out of this. I don't know how to fully unpack this.
And
he alleges he's being extorted. Yeah. That's
which the guy admitted to extorting. The guy admitted to asking his dad for $25 million.
Yeah.
But it wasn't extortion. To let out, there's an American in allegedly he's dead.
Iran.
He's in Iran. What's his name?
It's
something
Levinson.
Levinson. He's this man named
Robert
Levinson.
Levinson.
He was either working for Mossad or the American government. He went to Iran. He was imprisoned in Iran. Allegedly, he's been dead since...
He's been presumed dead since March of last year.
Yeah, and they asked Matt Gaetz' dad for $25 million to help with the investigation of Matt Gaetz in order to get Levinson out of prison. It's so chaotic and it's so crazy that you can't even put like your finger on like what the fuck is actually happening. Yeah, because there's two things at the same time. The underage woman and the extortion could both be true, or they could both be false. But the extortion has been proven to be true because the guy admitted to extorting him.
And that was
and also, I didn't know Matt Gaetz' dad is worth $500 million.
Do you think he bought the seat?
Well, no, his dad's a well-known Florida politician, so it's like I guess like
so he definitely bought
the Gaetz. Yeah, exactly. The Gaetz name, but if you're worried your dad's worth $500 million, why are you doing anything? Like enjoy your life.
That's how he enjoys his life, by going out and paying for hookers. Whether or not they're 6 months underage or 6 months
Ernie doesn't like it. Honestly. He's huffing and puffing. He's like, fuck this Matt Gaetz guy.
Man, if anything happens, fuck this Matt Gaetz guy. Hopefully, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't believe him anyways because he's always been an asshole.
Here's the thing: he's super sloppy. He's always been sloppy, but I don't believe
like a rich white kid. He's
right.
sloppy as fuck, and
but
he doesn't cover his tracks.
But I don't believe
his Venmo transactions were public. I mean,
but here's
on Venmo.
But here's the problem. The whole question is: was she 17 or 18?
Well, and she was still a hooker.
Jay, you should have paid for 30 or 40 times in your life. Was she 17 or 18?
Oh my God.
You haven't been because you don't have that much game. But if
I don't do that because all I do is to go and fuck your moms. Yes, because they're 40 and 30, like 38 to 46 years old.
18-year-old moms. It's always women over 45.
Give respect.
That's what it is. That's where I go.
Brother. That's true.
The least they could do is Jay.
I mean, I believe MTV's Teen Mom was specifically designed to cater towards Jay.
17-year-old.
That was done by Big Mom to get him to.
17-year-old moms can do a lot worse than Jay, and they probably do. So I mean, no. So I don't believe the 17-year-old part, which is the whole criminal investigation. Is he sloppy? Yes. But I don't know if I believe the 17-year-old part. You know what?
Do you believe the hooker part? Do you believe the hooker part? Did he pay for sex?
And did he?
Well, I don't. What's the hooker allegation?
That's the allegation.
That's the same thing. It's the same allegation because he paid for that person. He paid for the hookers.
This guy, Joe Greenberg.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that part.
Former Seminole County tax collector. He was indicted in August of 2020 on an array of charges related to sex trafficking, some of which were related to the same 17-year-old girl involved in the DOJ's investigation of Gates. Now, the Daily Beast reported that it acquired partial May 2018 Venmo transactions records showing Gates sending $900 to Greenberg, who then relayed the money to 3 women. So
yes, but were they minors though?
It doesn't matter. Were they?
It does matter. It does matter
in Florida.
It matters. No, it matters as a national crime because sex trafficking for minors is different than sex trafficking for adults. There is a crime difference.
Okay, what's the crime?
But it's still a crime.
Trafficking
To
minors
pay for-
is different than
Yeah, but what level? Like, are we talking misdemeanor versus felony?
What the fuck am I a lawyer? I didn't go to graduate college. I was
You were
art
telling me
school.
there's a difference.
I
You
know
telling me
that
the
there's
difference?
a difference. I know saying a 15-year-old get in the car or driving across state lines so I can bang you doing coke and being a 19-year-old prostitute on the corner there's a difference between the two.
Well, yeah, because one is of age and the other is
But that's a big difference.
Obviously.
100%.
Yes, obviously that's a big difference, but it's still the same.
Essentially, he said 100.
Oh yeah, I did.
There is a
You missed-
difference. 100%.
You missed like 5 different drinks, so you got to down that right.
And I'm covered in Ernie here right now. He's being a
I'm just saying
right now.
Matt,
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on the.
If it was like, if they said like Virginia Fox was an 80-year-old in North Carolina, like grabbed a man's crotch, and
Which, by the way, Gilf.
I would be like, okay, that's such an odd story because she's make the news. Maybe I believe it. Matt Gaetz is a very high-profile target. So until a girl comes forward, which a girl still hasn't come forward, I don't know if I believe Matt Gaetz is guilty. I genuinely believe he's probably not guilty.
I think Matt Gaetz is guilty of being a fucking dumbass and paying for hookers. Her being underage is still in question, but the thing is that still Matt Gaetz is a sleazy motherfucker. He should still get any kind of charge in terms of sex trafficking, because sex trafficking with hookers, no matter of the age, is still a fucking crime. And I still think he should get the book thrown at him.
If he's guilty, there's no one.
Guilty. One, he is guilty. He's a sleazeball. He's a fucking sleazeball. He's guilty. 2,
There's one sleazeball.
it's Matt Gaetz.
What the fuck do you know?
I'm
just saying.
Out.
I'm
I
just
will
saying.
run for his seat.
There's no.
Get Matt
There's
Gaetz
no
out. I will run for his seat.
Everything is
And we'll implement
by
Sharia.
the New York Times.
Fuck this.
And wait, I have a bigger
Goodbye.
question. No, I have a really big question. How did the Silverstein guy? Not Silverstein, rather the Greenberg. Not Greenberg. No. Who was the one who made the connection for the guy in Iran?
Oh, Levinson.
How did Levinson know about a federal investigation before the New York Times did?
But Levinson is in Iran, presumed dead.
No. Who was actually at Levinson? Who was going to get Levinson out of prison? Who was there who bribed him? Who was the one who tried to extort him $25 million?
Was that?
Look at the Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page right now. I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, there's a guy who bribed him for the $25 million, who extorted him.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
How did he know about a federal investigation before the New York Times, before anyone did? I would like to know that question.
Was it No, that's not Jason Pirozzolo, is it?
No, there's no Italians involved. My people are not involved.
You would say
my
that.
people are not involved
There
in
is an
this shit.
Italian name right here, Jason Pirozzolo.
Yeah,
Okay, it's Officer Intel.
You're gonna say he's
Intel Officer. It's Intel Officer Gates denied.
He probably sang opera over the bed while he was fucking the hooker. So I mean, like,
Jesus Christ.
It's
Yeah, I don't know the name.
It's a former
the fact that
U.S.
There was a guy who
air
knew the federal
officer.
investigation and was using it to extort him is very
No, but-
suspect. And I want to know how
Was he using it? No, Bob Kent denied it on Fox.
But no,
He didn't-
Bob Kent admitted to asking for the $25 million and saying that he knew there was an investigation. So how did he know there was an investigation before the New York Times? I just want to know, how did Bob Kent know there's an investigation involved? I genuinely want to know that.
It's a good question to ask, but the thing is that there's still an investigation.
It's a very messy situation.
It really is. There's muddy water everywhere, but at least if Matt Gaetz
Is it
resigns
better? I think I have better
or
hair
gets
than I
thrown
do.
out, I will go and
Yes.
run for his seat in Florida. I will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awful that you think you have.
I
better
think
hair
I
than that
100
case.
better hair.
Who
than
would
that
want
case
your
does.
hair?
Shut the fuck up. When you are bald in 20 years, and I am not. I'm going to sit there and fucking laugh in your grave. Go ahead.
Nobody
You don't live another 15.
I
so
don't
it
want
really
your
matter.
hair. Nobody makes bald look better than an Arab man. That's fucking
Well,
I literally, I hope someone screenshots your head and I can just put like different hairstyles on top of it.
Okay. So now, is the situation with Matt Gaetz as messy as our situation in Afghanistan?
Nothing's messy with that.
That's the nothing. That is the. We're saving the sloppy
You know,
seconds.
you
for
know,
Afghanistan.
I met a guy in the military.
Not pulling out of Afghanistan is why we have Siraj.
You know, I met a military guy when I was like 19, 20, when I was doing campaign circuits, and he was in the army, and he was over in Iraq, and he told me how great the sex was with Muslim women, and I was like, really? He's like, listen, Arab women are beautiful until you start beating them, and then it's just downhill. It's like, oh, okay.
And now we're canceled in all of the Middle East.
Doesn't want Habibi.
So let me preface this story, then I'll turn things over to you, Jay. So President Joe Biden formally announced that they are going to be that the United States is going to withdraw from Afghanistan, making the call that we're going to do it on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Here's a bit of that announcement.
I said, among with others, we'd follow Osama bin Laden to the gates of hell if need be. That's exactly what we did, and we got him. It took us close to 10 years to put President Obama's commitment into form, and that's exactly what happened. Osama bin Laden was gone. That was 10 years ago. Think about that. We delivered justice to bin Laden a decade ago, and we've stayed in Afghanistan for a decade since. Since then, our reasons for remaining in Afghanistan have become increasingly unclear, even as the terrorist threat that we went to fight evolved.
All right, so there's President Biden saying we're getting out by 9/11, which, Jay...
And the funny thing is, that quote was McCain. McCain said that quote, not him. He didn't say that shit. McCain said that. The quote that we would follow him to the gates of hell.
Yeah,
that was McCain.
And also, didn't
was that a Megan McCain or John McCain quote?
I think John McCain.
Oh, okay.
John
May he rest
McCain.
in peace.
I just
it was his quote.
Didn't Biden oppose the raid to kill Osama bin Laden as well?
Yes, he did.
He did oppose it, and also he said in 2012,
had he not done that,
that we would be out. That we would be out of Afghanistan
on this live
by
stream right now with
2014.
us. Think about all the jokes we missed because they did that fucking raid. He'd be the third Habibi bro.
Bro, you have no idea. My uncle Osama bin Laden is with Abdul Tupac right now.
Oh my god!
But the funny thing is that he also said in 2014 that we would be out of Afghanistan,
Right,
and it
yeah.
didn't happen. And setting himself up with a date like that is so fucking stupid. And it's really stupid on a lot of the journalists and stuff that were actually stating that being out of Afghanistan this early might actually be harmful, because they're probably anticipating that Biden was going to stay in Afghanistan. And now saying that we're going to be out by September 11, you're going to see a lot of the same outlets come out and say, you know what, he's right. We should be out of Afghanistan by then.
No, they were bashing him.
Who were?
The screenshots are going to be fucking amazing.
For trying to pull out of Afghanistan?
Yes.
Yeah, because they get a raging hard on
The
it.
press is very pro-war, no matter who it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember when Trump launched an airstrike on Syria, and essentially
100%.
got a drink.
You can't drink the water, dude.
It's Ramadan. Habibi.
Look, Allah knows.
What are you drinking?
Allah knows.
He's drinking
I'm
bourbon.
drinking rye. It's Pikesville, 110 proof, 55%. I actually finished this bottle in like 3 days. I drank this last
love
night.
rye. Rye's a great drink.
Okay, so I remember what's his name, Brian Williams, having the biggest boner, creaming his jeans on TV, talking about like the beauty of our weapons.
Oh yeah,
do you remember that?
Yes.
Like, I mean, talk about a war simp.
No, I wrote this in my book too. Like,
oh yeah,
the
he's got
biggest,
a book.
I got a book.
Don't buy it.
You don't have it, probably.
I do.
You
I
did?
have it. I fucking interviewed you for it.
Oh, that's true.
You know I have it. I just bought. I texted you the picture of me having it. I haven't read it yet.
I
This
texted
was
a
like
picture
4
of
weeks ago.
me literally beating off to that book.
I haven't
using it as a
read
thumb
it
right.
yet.
It's different. There's the day that Trump bombed Syria, I think like 56 of 57 national op-ed journalists praised him for that move. Like the media is very pro-war all the time, 100%. So they're not going to sit there and pose this. Essentially.
No, the media is pro whatever doomsday fucking narrative they can keep people in fear over, be it COVID, climate change, wars, whatever it is.
Yeah, because they got ads they got to sell. They got fucking eyeballs that need to be watching their shit. It's all fucking rigged.
If there was
there are more people watching this right now than there are watching CNN.
But like tomorrow, if you picked up the paper and New York Times said everything's fine on the headline, wouldn't you be like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would be oh my god, Ernie.
Your shirt's almost as hairy as your chest.
let's compare. Yeah, that's just about the same.
And that's what most Arab women also look like.
I'm putting the Habibis through over 69 minutes of Ryan Gerdusky, so they at least
it's like
a big show.
hate mail.
Yeah,
Give it to him.
right there.
Give it to him.
Give it to him. So
he's got big naturals as well.
I know, don't I?
Yeah.
I've been doing Michael's workout program.
Michael Russo has an amazing workout program. If you don't know it, it's really incredible.
All three of us are in that.
Yes.
That's actually how we all met.
That's not how we all met. It's literally, it's a lot of commitment. It's over the top of Michael Russo's workout program. I've been doing it. I swear by it. I only do 3 days a week because I can't do 5 or 6.
You can't do 5 or 6 days a week?
I've been doing busy.
With what?
Oh God! With trying to shit. With trying to shit because he's still back up.
Why does he get the whole fist up there? But it's your own fist.
Yeah. Well, so at the beginning of the episode, Ryan was saying that Cameron, I wanted to tell you, Jay, to eat your vegetables
and follow the workout.
Rye is not a vegetable, by the way, Jay.
I don't. Rye is actually made by vegetables. So fuck you.
Is that? I don't know.
I don't believe that's true at all. But yeah, go ahead. We both agree. I don't think it's true.
No, but I've been doing this workout for 3 months, and it's been fucking fantastic.
I've been for 1 month, and it's really.
I've gained 12
for a month and a half.
No. I can see an improvement in a month.
I had to stop because it's Ramadan. I can't work out.
I've gained 9 pounds, and I've lost 2 waist sizes.
That's impressive. How many days a week do you go to the gym?
I'm doing it 5 days a week. 6 days most of the time.
That's very impressive. Yeah, I haven't lost any weight, but I can tell there's a difference in my body. That
Ryan, you could literally be an imploding star, and you never lose weight. So now that we're moving on, basically, did you see this Project Veritas thing?
Yes, of course it did.
Okay, so
and they also cover the Matt Gaetz story too in it, which is why I believe the whole Matt Gaetz story is fake.
All right, so what did they say in the
that they are promoting it because they know it's good news for the Democrats. Here's the thing. There's a quote. There's an old saying if God wasn't real, we'd have to make him up.
Yes, you said this in the last episode.
Yeah, and
nobody remembers.
Trump isn't real, so Trump isn't around. So they're making like big things out of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz because they need to keep like
the outrage,
like the Chardonnay moms.
Sean Hannity did such a great job throughout the Trump years in making sure that every one of his viewers were angry.
But like the Chardonnay moms are like, oh, the Chardonnay Antifa moms are like, oh, what are we angry at next? And like they don't have anything to be angry
I always think about this Onion article after Obama won in 2008. in which all of his supporters were basically wandering aimlessly because they didn't know what to do with themselves after he won. They're like, go out and vote November 3rd. Like, he already won.
Just keep voting.
Yeah, just keep voting. Make sure you get your friends out.
Just show up on November 31st.
Yeah. So basically, this whole Project Veritas video, it's a CNN staffer admitting in a secretly recorded video that his network produced quote unquote propaganda to oust former President Donald Trump during the 2020 presidential election and bragged about their success. Charlie Chester, a technical director at the cable network, was filmed by Project Veritas during a series of fake Tinder dates as he explained how they got Trump out of office. And I mean, first of all, I'm never going to trust Tinder again, especially being married. But like on top of that as well, Jay, I don't know about you. Will Project Veritas get Jay saying Habibi Bros says Jay doesn't really like eating ass?
Well, it depends on which mom I swipe right to.
But Jay, you get particular satisfaction out of these Veritas videos, especially when they go after CNN, just because you hate the network so much.
Oh, absolutely. And the funny thing is that what we see on Project Veritas, because the audience of Veritas are people who already hate mainstream media, who already hate places like CNN and stuff. So it's not really seeing anything new, but affirming what we already know about these networks. And be it that it's a technical director and shit, like that doesn't matter because we know
I'm the
for
new
a fact,
Habibi bro. Get the fuck out.
get the fuck out of here. The same people like Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo, fucking Brian Stelter, Jake Tapper, all of these people believe the same exact thing. This technical director.
No, you can't shit talk Jake Tapper anymore. He's a Habibi. You know that?
Fuck off. Jake Tapper is not a Habibi. I don't give a fuck what memes are made about him. I don't give a shit if he said Ramadan Mubarak, Habibi. It doesn't matter. This guy can lick my fucking dick. Doesn't matter. He's not a Habibi. He's a piece of fucking garbage. That's what he is.
Hey, he is half a Jew.
Okay, so he's half a piece of garbage.
Whoa, which part?
He's half responsible for 9/11.
Half responsible for 9/11.
No, it's not. I don't give a shit about him being half a Jew. It doesn't fucking matter. The guy only gives a shit about when Jews are being targeted if he can blame it on white supremacy, and that's about it. I mean, the guy is a fucking fraud. Jake Tapper is the biggest fucking fraud that gets a lot of support from people, and it's fucking retarded.
This is not the first time I shook something on Siraj's crotch. Don't worry about it.
Well, Ryan does know how to stroke. So, anyways, moving on to our what the fuck story of the week, we got two stories. The first of which is that the Pentagon is developing microchips that detects COVID-19 under your skin, which, for one, is the Pentagon trying to basically make sure that no one gets the COVID vaccine and also support QAnon in the process?
Seriously, it's the most fucking retarded. It's between this and the child. I'm sorry.
Retarded isn't the best word there is.
I'm almost done with my ride. That's why.
What do you say?
He's almost done with his ride.
And the funny thing is, when you were drinking last week, Siraj, with the Angels Envy, you were probably saying it as much as I was.
I didn't say it once.
Maybe not, but you got as fucked up as I did.
It's okay to say it.
No, I'm not saying that.
You know, political correctness is really taking a toll on you.
I know. I'm the lib of the group.
You're totally the lib.
I am.
Well, between this and the child blood last week, I think they're trying to prove QAnon right. It's so fucking weird. It's the weirdest thing ever. And then you mix in the pyramid-shaped UFOs, and then the We Was Kings come into play as well. Who would have thought?
What is this about the UFO, the pyramid-shaped UFOs?
the Pentagon has confirmed the video from it was a leaked video from the Navy on pyramid-shaped.
Oh yeah,
UFO.
that's an old story. That was like in 2017, right? Or was that 2020?
That's when it was leaked, but it was just confirmed from the Pentagon now.
Oh, so
that's why it's funny. You got the QAnons and the We Was Kings coming together.
We Was Kings.
The We Was Kings.
What's the We Was Kings?
It's that it's people who believe like all Egyptians, the pharaohs, the Greeks, all these people were black.
You know the story?
You don't know the We Was Kings meme?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't know the We Was Kings meme?
Nah, man. That's
too black for him.
I'm online, but I'm not that.
He knows Eminem. I mean, that's how white he is. So
I am a proud Hoodie Allen fan.
He's a wigger. He's a sandwigger.
Oh my god. Machine Gun Kelly. This is how we're gonna get canceled. We're canceled by the whites now. Oh god. And finally, actually, this is a really fucked up story. Now, this is tying into the anti-Semitism happening in France. There was a Jewish woman, a 60-year-old Jewish woman by the name of Sarah Halima, who was killed back in 2017 after a Muslim man broke into her third-star apartment, yelled anti-Semitic profanities at her, shouted about Allah, called her a demon, and then started beating her to death, and then threw her out of a window. Now,
she screamed, "What's your credit score?" the whole time.
God, I swear.
Oh God!
I am gonna murder you. Right now.
Yeah, out of this. Just
and basically what happened was, I mean, it's a terrible story because obviously this is like one of those things where when you have the like, I don't know how France keeps fucking up this way. They had the teacher that was.
They have too many Muslims. That's why.
You are the wrong person to bring on for this.
It's not the fact that they have too many Muslims. It's the fact that they don't appreciate immigrant assimilation as much as America does. America really empowers and appreciates fucking when different cultures immigrate and also assimilate within the country. Europe doesn't like that.
Being that you're Lebanese, which was a French colony, making you basically French, which is the worst of the white people. You are the worst of the white people colonization people.
Well, the funny thing is,
very low on the masculine side there.
My mom is Irish German, and my dad is Lebanese.
And your dad's pretty weak too.
No, but the thing is, Lebanon in of itself is very racist as well. I don't.
Oh, God,
Arab and
cheers to Lebanon.
Arab countries in of themselves are very racist, but that is the main point, though. Compared to European, when you want to compare European countries and the racism in European countries compared to the United States, is the fact that European countries as a whole do not appreciate immigrants assimilating into their country. While as in America as a whole, 80% to 90% of America appreciates immigrants coming in and actually assimilating into.
Okay, how much of Congolese appreciate white people moving to their country?
Are there a lot?
Or Chinese moving to their country?
The Chinese, yeah.
No, but that's
how many white South African are appreciated by black?
No, but the thing is, Japan and China and stuff in South Korea, it doesn't matter if you're white or anything. They don't like any country or any race actually assimilating within their country. They don't like it. They make it very, very hard for you to actually become a citizen of the country. In the United States, it's the opposite, and that is why you have.
That's where
Arabs,
the world's
Muslims, everyone assimilating much more easily within American values and culture compared to the Europe.
The big hang up about this particular killing, though, is that after an initial trial and then a final appeal to have the killer tried, the appeal failed because they determined that the suspect, Kobbe Traore, was too high on marijuana to be criminally responsible for his actions. Now, for one, has anyone...
Marijuana is a devil's drug. I firmly believe that.
Like, who the fuck does that high on marijuana?
I know.
Right. I mean, you can't justify that being high on marijuana allows you to throw how old was she?
60-year-old woman to death,
60-year-old Jewish woman off the fucking thing. And the thing is,
I've been high on marijuana. I can't get my dick to death, let alone a 60-year-old woman.
But this is the point. This was an anti-Semitic hate crime that was reduced to the fact that they wanted to let this guy off on being high on marijuana. That's how much they do not care about Jewish lives.
Are they trying to
in places like France or in places like Europe?
He's like the Muslim community in France by trying to ensure that he doesn't.
It's not the Muslim. It's not just the Muslim community. It's the fact that they don't give a fuck about Jewish lives within those countries. That's what it is.
2019, I do know this fact. Oddly enough, the number one immigrant group in Israel was French Jews, and there was certain,
and there's a reason for that.
But there are certain sections of like Tel Aviv, which is called Little Paris, because there's so many French Jews in one area.
And this is probably
this
is a reason why.
Well, going back into I think it was like 2012, 2013, there was a very famous Jewish French DJ who was murdered at his club by a Muslim, and it was a big story in France, a huge story in France, and the guy either got off or got like a slap on the wrist, and after that, like the migration into Israel.
But then you also have obviously
the number one.
You have you have the ISIS attacks in later in 2015.
But there's been very specific high profile anti-Jewish French attacks. There's a big Jewish population in France. Right. And it's obviously dwindled over recent times. But Marine Le Pen, there's a presidential election in France in 2022, so next year, and the national right person, the far right candidate, Marine Le Pen, whose father was the founder of the party, who used to compare the Holocaust to being a footnote of history. He was very anti-Semitic. She has been courting French Jews to support her because she's very anti-radical jihadist, and so she's like trying to make French Jews her ally.
And has she been successful in that?
Well, the election is next year, so we don't know.
Well, she lost to Emmanuel Macron,
right? But she did better than her father did. Okay. Her father got 17% against Jacques Chirac. She got 34%. So this time, but she's polling on 47, 48%.
But everyone seems to hate Macron. So,
well, he fucked up COVID too.
Right.
So he's fucked up everything. But Marine Le Pen is.
And then you also have what are the protests in front?
The problem with Le Pen is very left wing on economic issues, like extremely left wing on economic issues. So she's basically a socialist on economic issues, but she just hates Muslims. Who doesn't? So like
that's why I invited you on there.
Especially during Ramadan, yeah.
No, I don't hate Muslims.
You just hate me.
I just I tip my cab driver very nicely.
Yeah. Do you mind opening the door for Ernie so he could go hump something? Ernie he needs to get a little.
He has that air.
Who's in the audience tonight?
So we got. Oh, come on, Ernie. We got Lindsay and Foldy hanging out here as well. Shout out to the minions.
Are we on to question?
We got the minion.
Yeah, we actually are getting right now to question and answers. Our very favorite segment titled.
Wait,
Siraj, we're going to only highlight comments that shit on Ryan. So
yeah,
do your absolute worst.
Wait, Siraj, I just sent a link. Siraj, I just sent a link.
You sent a link in the private chat?
No, in the main chat. I should have sent it in the private chat.
Why send it and sent? Why?
I'm so stupid. That's why. Not this guy. This one.
I can't click on that.
Oh, can you copy paste it?
All right, let me try copying pasting it. Where did you?
What a boomer!
I really am. Well, I sent him a fucking text earlier and he didn't fucking read it.
Well, I never read my text, Jay.
That is true.
We'll find it. We'll find it. And I probably won't find it. No, definitely not finding it. That's okay.
That's fine.
Ernie's hanging out.
Okay, I'll text it to you right now.
Okay. Please
So
do.
ask us anything.
Yeah, so ask us anything. Why did you let the Mossad on? Eric
I was
Halverson.
born with his nose. It wasn't my fault.
Is Ryan more of a spy side or ILA Scotch drinker?
What's the question?
Look at that.
I'm retweeting the links. We will watch the
Jesus
show.
Christ.
Spy side or I generally drink Macallan, so I don't know what the answer to that question is. I don't know the question. I won't respond to it. To quote the late great Walters.
Siraj,
here's the link.
Siraj, there it is.
Jay, why didn't they just put a That is basically me.
That's what I'm saying.
Intel busted for bomb threat, shouting Allahu Akbar at New York City restaurant. That is a photo of me.
That's you. That's
a really big bottom lip.
Essentially, 100% you.
Wow, man.
That is.
And his name is Malik Sanchez.
Yeah, this is a real blow to my community.
Malik Sanchez. So his dad was a cab driver, his mom was a cleaning lady. I mean, it's probably horrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Next question.
Yeah, someone says Carter Scott says, "Oh, please meme that with his face." It's gonna happen. Let's see. Nolan says, "Ryan, I'm writing a book. How do I prepare myself for the inevitability of not selling any? Thought I'd go to the most qualified."
The real answer, if you want to write a book, if it's nonfiction, go write. If it's fiction, write the whole book. If it's nonfiction, write a one chapter, write a thesis, write how you're going to sell it and how you're going to make money off of it, and send it to a literary agent.
Yeah.
The literary agent will prepare it to it.
Nate Beebe says, "Hey,
I'm in the middle of answering the last question.
Go fuck yourself, Ryan.
The literary agent,
you get no respect.
The literary
on the show.
agent will sell it to a publisher, and that's how you make money.
I want you to know that every time you join the show, you're going to be disrespected.
It's like waking up every day in your life. Basically.
I know, right? I was just trying to give you a taste of your own medicine. BD99, aka Nate Beebe says, "Hey Ryan, what's the link to your Amazon wish list? Try adding some Metamucil to it so I can send you some so you won't be so full of crap." Oh, that's very generous.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Hey, you can go harder than that.
Yeah, doesn't affect me at all.
Dan Bardo says, "Any progress on the Jen Rubin interview / appearance on the show?"
Oh, you should totally have her on.
Dude, I would love to.
Oh, that would be amazing.
If I had Jennifer Rubin on the show, I might die mid-show.
What would you?
I might die mid-show.
What would you ask her?
I would say, "Jen Rubin, you're amazing. Please explain." Dan from last night says, "Question for Foley: Did you cut that dirty mop, you bitch?" Get down here. Look at that.
All right, I'll get down to that level there.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
I will just let that answer itself. The answer is no, but stay tuned for some news on that front soon. I don't want to scoop myself here.
He already did.
Yes.
Let's see. Ernie, that's enough, bud. As you can tell, no one likes Foley or Ryan. Or Lindsay. Hobby Cliff says also, when is Bubba coming on to talk about Siraj? Man, I would tell him about the show if he would also not disown me in the process.
Right. That's one of the reasons why my dad has never watched the show either.
That's
my
why
mom
your dad
watches
never
the
calls
show.
She doesn't know who your dad is, Jay.
Yeah. Jay calls his dad, and it comes from a block number. Caleb coming through. What's up, Caleb? Says Foley, how much do you donate to your cause for you to burn every one of your shirts and blazers at the stake?
This is anti-riot hour.
Oh, no, everyone's getting it tonight.
Oh my God.
And then Mary Newsom says, wait, who the fuck is Foley? This is just a roast tonight. You know, we did a great roast for my 30th birthday. It was probably the best thing ever. Fuzzy Dunlop says, is Foley also on the Michael workout plan? If so, he deserves a refund.
Maybe a 30th birthday.
Yeah, my 30th birthday back in 2017. Ryan was my roast master. I wish I had met Jay at the time because I would absolutely destroy him. But it was
one of Siraj's friends, because we all didn't know each other. So I said to everybody, listen, so we can roast each other, send something about yourself so we can all like know each other. And one of his friends sent us an email saying he was a very woke friend, a very liberal woke friend. He was like, I'm 19% gay. And he had lost his legs in Afghanistan.
One of his legs.
So I said, he's 19% gay. It's his balls, asshole, mouth, and penis.
Ernie, come here, bud. You clearly don't want to get it.
Did you know Siraj in, I guess, Arabic means lamp? Which, and I said this at the roast, so I don't care about saying that, but like his mother gave such less of a shit about him. She just named it for the first appliance she saw after giving birth to him. She was like, yeah, lamp. That's what we're going to go with at this point.
Yeah, and there's his sister, couch cushion.
I already had the first one. Doesn't matter.
Well, so Dan says, wait, Ryan, you're not gay? How much time
Only
you got?
if you pay enough, Dan. $20. I'm a classy person.
Let's see here. Eric Howison says, is the court packing bill a serious bill or just a fundraising signal to the libs?
Fundraising.
All right. So
that's what I think.
They're not going to get Mansion, Cinema, Tester, the ladies from New Hampshire, or the gentleman from Delaware to flip on it. So it doesn't matter.
They're not going to get Mansion, Cinema.
There's like 10 moderate Democrats, most who are like in like the closet that they're moderate, but
in the closet, you said it.
What does that mean?
You're in the closet.
Oh, there's like there's three outspoken moderates: Tester, Cinema, and Mansion. But like the ladies from New Hampshire, the gentleman from Delaware, there's a lot of moderates who don't want to rock the boat, but they're willing to like let Mansion and Cinema take the heat. So.
Mm-hmm.
No, just
I don't think it's that big of a threat. But we could always abolish the Senate, right?
Emperor Palpatine did. So
yeah, I am.
Yeah,
I'm the Senate.
I love democracy.
Dan from last night says, when is HabibiCon? If we were going to do a HabibiCon, it would be around the 69th episode of Habibi Power
What's
Hour.
HabibiCon going to be?
Dude, we were still figuring that out.
Am I invited?
Fuck no.
No,
Ryan,
absolutely not.
Murdered. I have to hire security for you. Every one of these people want you dead. And honestly, I don't blame them. So, Anthony Rivera says, Jay, what is it like to third wheel on your own damn show?
That's amazing. Who is this person? I'll follow you on Twitter later.
Anthony Rivera.
And Anthony Rivera is such a.
He threw up all this.
He
threw up all of this. I would literally text out. I would send out your address.
He was in a very.
I would send out your address on the Discord server saying $10,000 for this man's head.
You would say, get him.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? They do it for free. Man. Yeah, I'm second. Josh Goldsmith says Siraj is secondhand drunk. Yeah, because Ryan is basically touching me and getting all of his alcohol sweat on me, and I'm getting it.
This was full when I started drinking.
What? You got to pay for that.
Let's
go. All right. He's here. $20. It's $20. So, anyways, Shivan says, look at your mentions. Oh, Jesus.
That's hilarious.
Oh, shit. I did the same thing. Shivan. Look at mine.
Intel busted for bomb threat shouting Allahu Akbar at New York City restaurant.
Shivan,
My
you fucker. We did the same thing.
Perfect.
If you look at my tweet as well, I did the same thing.
It looks like everyone did.
Everyone did.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Ernie, come here, bud. Anyways, so Habibis, if you have any other last questions, go ahead and shoot them. Let's see. Dan says, bro, go look at Fuzzy's tweet. Oh, God. I'm scared.
Oh, shit.
Where is it? Did Fuzzy, where is it? This is Prison Mitch.
What'd he say? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You have to go look at this.
That's so good. Oh, shit. That's so good.
Oh my
God.
Oh my God. That is Prison Mitch, you son of a bitch.
Prison Mitch, I know you're watching. Good to see you, brother.
I didn't even get the fuzzies. Oh God, this is fuzzies. Oh man. God, we're waking the neighbors with this. Oh my God. I think we should end it on that note. That is just too good.
That was fantastic.
Ryan,
Siraj.
no, I was gonna thank you for joining us, but honestly, there's no
I think you were a net negative today.
No, thank you for joining us, Ryan. That is Ryan.
Siraj is one of my closest friends in the whole world.
Ryan's a good guy when he's not. When he's sober, he is a bad guy. When he's drunk, he's even
I've been
worse.
told I'm mean sober, so that's a good place to start.
Yeah. So Ryan, you're okay, like maybe 1% of the time. Jay, any last words before we go?
Ryan, make sure you're less full of shit next time you come on to Power Hour.
I'll be on a celery and X-Life.
He will join the show when he's even less wanted. Basically, every time the Habibis are excited for us to come back from a show, it'll be like Ryan Gerdusky hour, and it's just we're actually Jay and I are still
after the vaccine song.
Ryan doing the show himself.
After the vaccine song is done, that's the next one.
Before I go, hold on.
There were some good questions.
Mary had, let's see, Mary. This is Jay's mom. Mary says, vote for Jay and give Ryan a Fleet's enema. Good night, Habibis. Ramadan Mubarak.
What does that mean?
Ramadan Kareem.
What's a fleet enema?
What? Jay? Do you know?
I have no idea. I have no idea. And this is my mom. So
give like one last question.
All right, one last question. Robert Larson says, "Will Earn promise to vacate the office after?"
Oh, that's a fucking stupid question. He's a dog. Go with next question.
Oh, an enema. An enema means to flush out the guy's ass with water because he's full of shit. So it's to clean out his colon.
So you'll flush out my ass on camera.
I mean,
I was going to offer Siraj. I said, Siraj, I will shave your ass on camera while making Jewish jokes. We'll see what runs out first, the hair or my Jewish jokes. So,
oh shit,
Ryan, there's too much hair on my ass. We will get too tired. Your arm will get. Dan
my arm will give out by the
Ryan. Dan from last night says my last question is eat shit, Ryan. That's the only way he could get it out, right?
I mean, listen, everyone has their kings.
Yeah. You know, You're
By the
like
time-
the Odell Beckham Jr. of the show.
By the time I got to like crack, I'd be on Holocaust shows the entire time.
Yeah, Anthony Rivera says Jay didn't answer my question. What was your question?
Anthony, I feel like the third wheel the same way you feel like the third wheel when you were watching me eat your mom's ass.
Yeah.
guys done
Axio
better.
says play the song. All right, you guys got it.
Got the vaccine, you got the vaccine, they got the vaccine, we got the vaccine. We can get back to normal, let me inform you, let's all get the vaccine. It's about community immunity. I'm talking unity for you and me. If Doc says it's good, then trust me, it's good. Now let's all get the vaccine. Alright, there is none higher. DMC, I will inspire. Time for us to trust and not debate. The vaccine, believe it's safe to take. 9 out of 10 people won't get sick. That's 90% effective and legit. This COVID thing is real and it will find you. It's killing out people, let me remind you. Back in the days, there was polio, smallpox, back in the days. Measles and mumps, man, back in the days. But because of the vaccines, none of those days. Vaccines, they work to trigger immunity. 2 shots, we got antibody security. We gotta act now, no need to wait. Get your vaccine before it's too late, for real.
Dan from last night says you're worse than Ryan.
Which is saying a lot.
Josh Goldsmith says how to clear a room in 30 seconds. Nolan says eat shit, Siraj. Of course, Josh then says song or Ryan talking, vote now. Of course, there's some of us like Caleb who says vaccine song slaps. Not gonna lie,
He's autistic.
You're autistic.
I wish.
Mary says, "God damn it!" And then Mike Forrester says, "Siraj, when are you getting the rights to put the lyrics on a T-shirt?" You know, I have probably paid so much money in royalties to that song for playing it on their stream that I probably already own the song. So, yeah. Anyway, so BBs, we got a new episode, a premium episode coming out this weekend. Not with Ryan, don't worry. Fuck him. We will.
I get no respect.
Yeah, you get no respect. You get no premium episode.
No premium episode.
Do you think people want to pay to see you?
They would.
Yeah, right.
We made this absolutely free.
And we lost subscribers. That's what happened.
We lost money on this episode.
Yeah, we're actually paying the Habibis to watch us because we're so desperate right now. No one likes you.
The Jews have always struggled.
Anyways, Habibis, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
And this is Ryan Gordusky, and Ernie is somewhere around here. Thanks, Foldy and Lindsay, for joining us. Habibis, love you all. Hope you have a good night, and then we'll see you guys on the weekend. Peace it.
Ryan should